Hello children, welcome back to my talks, and here I am with standard 11th biology, second chapter we have been doing, first lecture we have already done, and today I am here with my second lecture on biological classification. Okay, so again the characteristics, actually biological classification when we did, okay, a little backlash. So two kingdom classification was there, that is plant and animal, and that was not accepted, and then after that came the five kingdom classification, and that two kingdom classification, why it was not accepted, I told you there was no differentiation between prokaryotes, eukaryotes, unicellular, multicellular, okay, the cell structures, even the saprophytes, the autotrophs, the heterotrophs, all kept together. So that was quite a lot of problems. Okay, the cell structure was not into consideration. So when we had the five kingdom classification, okay, these four characteristics were kept into mind. These four characteristics means the cell structure, because the last class we did Monera. Okay, so Monera, that was based on the cell structure. We talked about single-celled prokaryotes. Okay, single-celled prokaryotes we discussed in monerids. Okay, bacteria, if you remember, archaebacteria and eubacteria. And the cell structure, again, when we did Protista, we talked about single-celled eukaryotes. Okay, so that was how we dealt with, okay, those two topics. So cell structure, and after that when we come to the other classes, as today we'll do fungus, okay, the fungi. So that we are Monera, Protista, fungi, plant and animalia. So according to the cell structure, the number of cells present, so the classification was based upon that. Thallus organization. Okay, what is thallus organization? Now, as the species are more simpler, okay, the differentiation into root, stem and leaves is not there. The organization is normally flat, the organization of the body of the plant. Okay, so normally algae, if you see moss, जो काई जो wall पे लगता है, जो आपने देखा होगा, वो flat रहता है, थाली like it is said. So thallus organization is something thali like. Okay, when you see greenish, you can see, but you cannot differentiate leaves and stems and roots. They'll have rhizoids which is stuck to the wall. So that is thallus organization. So that was also one of the characteristic feature of classification. Mode of nutrition, yes, I told you parasitic, autotrophic, the plants. So that was not considered. So that nutrition, mode of nutrition, that also was considered. And evolutionary relationship. Okay, what is this phylogenetic is there in your book. Phylogenetic is based upon evolutionary relationship. Now what is evolutionary relationship? Evolution. Okay, let's talk about the chimpanzees or the gorillas. Okay, and we have evolved from them, isn't it? So this is how the changes have taken place. Ages, it took years, millions of years it took, okay, to evolve from one organism to another. So how we are related, how one species is related to a species which was there in the past. So how the relation, okay, that is definitely genetically we'll say, and we'll also see morphologically and anatomically. It is based upon that. So evolutionary relationships also helps in putting the organisms into one particular class, in one particular group. Okay, so these were the four classes based upon it. And when you talk about the classification, somebody told me that thallus organization, evolutionary relationship are classification ways. No, it's natural system of classification, artificial system of classification, okay, and then it is phylogenetic, which is based upon evolutionary relationship. Those are the three. So that was just to clear off your point. Okay, hope you would have understood. And now we come to the topic which actually we have to start with today. And I will go with the textbook so that I don't miss anything. And I appreciate some of you all did like it, that you feel as if the classes are going on in the class. So fungi, children, they are heterotrophic organisms. Fungi are non-green and they cannot prepare their own food. So that is what fungi is. And these fungi, they also act as saprophytes, which derive nourishment from dead substances, dead bodies. Okay, and some of them, they are completely dependent upon living plants and animals, and they live as parasites. So saprophytes, parasites, they are also symbionts. okay, in association with algae. So they live in association with algae. They help these algae prepare food for them, and they help in absorbing the nutrients for them. So there is association, algae and fungi, they live together, that is known as lichens. And some of these fungus, okay, they get associated in the roots of higher plants, and that is known as mycorrhiza. So nutrition, when we start talking about these fungi, okay, they are saprophytes, they are parasites, and then they are symbionts, and they are also mycorrhiza. So mycorrhiza, lichens, saprophytes and parasites. Okay, and when we talk about these, they have morphology which is complete diverse form, okay, and they live in diverse habitats also. They do not have a particular place, a particular moisture sort of atmosphere where they, if you want to talk about fungus, bread molds you must have seen. Bread को अगर आप बाहर रख देंगे या फ्रिज में भी रख देंगे तो मॉइस्चर से ग्रीनिश hyphae आपको दिखने लग जाएंगे. So these are thread-like structures which are known as hyphae. Okay, and they have normally they cause quite a lot of diseases. Okay, white spots on some of the leaves, that is seen on mustard leaves. Okay, so they are parasitic. Puccinia again is an important example. Okay, which is wheat rust. It causes disease in wheat. Okay, and they normally occur in air, water, wherever in the complete atmosphere it is there, and they thrive on animals, plants, whatever, and they normally love little humid moisture wala condition, thoda warm rahe, that is the place which they love to multiply. Okay, and then the question, why do we keep things in the refrigerator? Okay, it's not that to preserve it for longer time, but to suppose the colder temperature is there, temperature is cold over there. Okay, so in order to avoid it from bacterial and fungal infections, कि थोड़े duration तक हम उसको लंबा रख सके, ऐसे नहीं कि महीने तक रख सके. So that is only for refrigeration. Okay, then what you see is their bodies consist of thread-like structures. Okay, thread-like structures, when we talk about, that is hyphae. Okay, and they are multinucleated cytoplasm. Yes, there is also multinucleated, means one particular cytoplasm will have quite many nucleus into that. Okay, it is also known as cenocytic hyphae. Now cenocytic hyphae, okay, that conditions where you have multinucleated, many nucleus in one particular cell, if that is present, that is known as cenocytic. Okay, so that is there. And when we come to the other fungi, when we talk about the yeast, okay, they are unicellular, and fungi are also filamentous. Okay, with the exception, yeast again is not unicellular. So with the exception of yeast, which are unicellular, again fungi are also filamented. So you have unicellular, you have filamentous form, all the different forms you have, and they are long, slender hyphae. And the network, complete hyphae, अगर mesh form करते हैं, तो that is known as mycelium. Many hyphae, suppose the hyphae are this way, they form network, complete mesh. So this particular is known as mycelium. But one when you have, that is known as hyphae. Okay, so hyphae and mycelium, and again it says that it is, the wall is made up of chitin and polysaccharides. Polysaccharide is the sugar with which it is made. Okay, and they absorb soluble organic matter from dead substances. That we already did, saprophytes. Then finally we come to their mode of reproduction. They have vegetative means of reproduction. Okay, fragmentation, which we have already done in standard 10th reproduction. Okay, fragmentation means the body parts will break into small fragments, and each of them can grow into a new organism by itself. Fission and budding is also their characteristic. Asexual, that is by spores formation. Spore formation, that is conidia, maybe zoospores, frangispores, whatever it is. Zoospores, whenever to tide over unfavorable condition, they form the whole body, the nucleus divide into small structures, and that is divided, that is circulated, or that is surrounded by cytoplasm. The outer wall breaks off, releasing the spores, and each spore can grow into a new fungi. Okay, and then when sexual reproduction we talk about, that is with oospores, ascospores, and basidiospores and all that. Basidium, that is another group itself. Okay. So there are important 3 points, children. Sexual cycle, ये बहुत important है. It is asked for the exams. So put double ticks over there. The sexual cycle involves the following 3 steps. The first one, fusion of protoplasm between motile and non-motile gametes. Okay, called plasmogamy. Now the first one is plasmogamy. What happens over there? The protoplasm, which is the living matter inside a cell. Okay, so that becomes fused in motile and non-motile, female and male. Normally female is non-motile gamete and male gamete is motile gamete. So female gamete और male gamete का क्या होता है? Protoplasm fuse हो जाते हैं, and that is known as plasmogamy. So protoplasm और plasmogamy उसको याद रखना है. Second one is after that the fusion of nucleus of both the gametes takes place. That is known as karyogamy. तो पहला हुआ plasmogamy, fusion of protoplasm. दूसरा हुआ karyogamy, fusion of nucleus. Third one is meiosis and zygote resulting in haploid spores. उसके बाद क्या होगा कि जो न्यूक्लियस जो फॉर्म हो गया है अंदर, उसमें मियोसिस होगा. मियोसिस होगा मतलब 2n था, मियोसिस होगा तो n नंबर के बहुत सारे स्पोर्स फॉर्म हो जाएंगे. एंड दैट इज व्हाट इज फॉर्मेशन ऑफ haploid spores. So children, the first one is plasmogamy, then second one is karyogamy. Plasmogamy, fusion of protoplasm, fusion of nucleus, and the third one, the fused zygote which is formed. Okay, that is male gamete और fusion, दोनों के nucleus अगर आ गए हैं एक साथ तो उसमें फिर meiotic division होगा to form haploid spores. So that is the 3 stages. Okay, so this fungus, when it reproduces sexually, 2 haploid hyphae of compatible mating types come together, fuse in some fungi, fusion. So that I am trying to make you understand, children. अब क्या होगा? Normally when sexual reproduction has to take place, a hyphae of N chromosome and this hyphae with N chromosome has to come together. तो क्या होगा? पहले प्रोटोप्लाज्म होंगे तो न्यूक्लियस इसका NN है. So finally when the nucleus comes together, okay, when karyogamy takes place, what will happen? 2n. तो यहाँ पे आपका meiosis होगा. पहले क्या होगा? Plasmogamy. This is what is karyogamy. And when meiosis takes place, this will result into n number of spores. That is okay? So meiosis results into 4 daughter cells. That is what is there. So plasmogamy, karyogamy, and this is meiosis, okay, which takes place over here. So this is what is there. The dikaryon phase and the karyon phase, they have tried to make you understand. This will understand. This is known as haploid, and this is diploid stage. Whenever n number of chromosomes are present, it is haploid, and whenever 2n is there, it is diploid. In 10th, we have made you understand very well during reproduction. Try to get it there. Then we come to this mode of spore formation and fruiting bodies. Based upon that how the spores are formed, okay, and how the fruiting bodies, मतलब वो structure जो fruiting body जो spores को bear करते हैं उसके ऊपर divide करते हैं. So it comes into various classes, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it is divided into 4 classes. That is phycomycetes, ascomycetes, okay, basidiomycetes and deuteromycetes. So phycomycetes, normally they are found in aquatic habitats, in waters, okay, and it is also found in decaying wood. आपने देखा होगा कोई wood बाहर है अभी बरसात के समय में, okay, the fungus grows over it, okay, and it has छतरी type structure, okay, ऊपर थोड़ा सा वैसा वाला structure, तो that is again comes into this phycomyces, algal fungi, it is more about known as, okay, and the mycelium is aseptate. Aseptate means what? Suppose this is the mycelium. So mycelium aseptate. Septa मतलब क्या होगा? ऐसा. अगर ये है तो this is known as septate. But if it is one continuous, there is no subjugations. This is aseptate. तो इसको हम aseptate बोलेंगे और इसको septate बोलेंगे. ठीक है. So septate and aseptate. That is what it says. Asexual reproduction takes place by zoospores. Phycomycetes में it will take place by zoospores. Again it says that the mycelium is aseptate and cenocytic. Children, you can very well understand, अगर aseptate है तो separate नहीं है तो सारे nucleus एक साथ आ जाएंगे. And when there are many nucleus together, then it is known as cenocytic. Here there will be nucleus in one, nucleus in another, nucleus. So this is not known as cenocytic. But यहाँ पे subjugations नहीं है, divisions नहीं है, so it is known as cenocytic. And asexual reproduction normally will take place with zoospores, which are motile, and aplanospores, which are non-motile. And these are produced inside sporangium. The fruiting body is की sporangium, and you will have to make a table for this. ओके, फाइकोमाइसेट्स ये पूरे डिविजन्स को आप कॉपी में डिविजन्स करेंगे और फिर ये लिखेंगे सबकी फ्रूटिंग बॉडीज, मोटाइल स्पोर्स एंड नॉन मोटाइल स्पोर्स. ओके, एंड zygospores are formed by the fusion of two gametes. These gametes are similar completely in morphology. Okay, similar in morphology को क्या बोलते हैं? Isogamous. Isogamous, and when they are dissimilar, because male gamete and female gamete are not the same, so it is different. Okay, it is known as anisogamous, and when it is similar in certain structures, it is known as isogamous. And the examples over here, rhizopus in the blood. Okay, so albugo, that is a parasitic fungi on mustard, so that is there. Phycomycetes. Next we come to ascomycetes. Now ascomycetes, they are known as normally sac fungi or ascomycetes. Okay, and they are multicellular, quite multicellular, and it is also known as, very rarely it is unicellular. Okay, example you can say yeast, Saccharomyces, and they are saprophytic also. They derive nourishment from dead decomposers, parasitic. Okay, and coprophilus is there, which is growing on mud. And mycelium normally over here is branched and septate. Branched means इसके बहुत सारे और branches निकल जाएंगे और septa होगा. So branched and septate. Asexual spores are conidia. Okay, produced exogenously. वहाँ पे asexual spores क्या था? Zoospores. यहाँ पे conidia है और special mycelium is known as conidiophores. Conidia on germination produces mycelium. So these conidias, when they germinate, these spores are known as conidias. When they germinate, they produce mycelium. Got it? Now the fruiting bodies are known as ascocarps. This I told you. You have to make a table. You should know it. Okay. And examples, it is given asparagus. You won't have any problem over here. Okay. So this is it. Next we come to basidiomycetes, and this is the largest advanced group. Okay, so this is normally known as the mushroom group because all the mushrooms are kept into this. Now mushroom के बहुत सारे varieties आप लोग खाते होंगे. So bracket fungi, puffballs, all this it includes. And this is also found on soil, logs, tree stumps. Okay, all these places we see quite a lot of fungus growing. And examples are all the smuts and rust, the diseased ones. Okay, the parasites. And this is also branched and septate. The asexual spores over here, they are normally not found. Okay, but vegetative reproduction by fragmentation takes place. Sex organs are absent. Plasmogamy is brought by the fusion of vegetative of different strains or genotypes. Means vegetative strains of different strains. You can say vegetative cells of different strains. That is how the plasmogamy takes place. And the resultant structure is डाइकैरियोटिक. मतलब एक ही स्ट्रक्चर का दो सेल्स हैं उनकी प्लास्मोगेमी हो जाएगी. ठीक है. सो दैट इज व्हाट इट सेज, दैट द टू वेजिटेटिव सेल्स ऑफ डिफरेंट स्ट्रेन्स, दो अलग अलग ये स्ट्रेन है, दोनों के सेल्स एक साथ आ जाएंगे, उसमें अलग अलग गमीट्स नहीं आएगा. ओके. नाउ मियोसिस टेक्स प्लेस इन द बेसिडियम प्रोड्यूसिंग 4 बेसिडियोस्पोर्स. मैंने आपको बताया था कि जब मियोसिस होगा तो 4 स्पोर्स फॉर्म होंगे. दैट इज व्हाट दे हैव सेड. It's easier. And basidia is the fruiting body over here called basidiocarps. Okay, so the basidias are arranged in basidiocarps, and the common example mushroom, that is agaricus, Ystoligo and Puccinia. And the last class, that is deuteromites, and this includes imperfect fungi because only the asexual or vegetative phase of this fungi are known. Sexual phase is not known over here. That is why it is known as imperfect. Okay, and only the sexual forms normally which were discovered, they were moved to classes that they rightly belong to. Means the sexual classes, whatever we got in from here, that was not kept and that was shifted to some other groups. Okay, and it is only possible to have this asexual and vegetative state to give just one name, which is known as deuteromice. And as it is said, the later linkages were established, and finally one perfect stage of members of this class was discovered, and that was also moved to Asco and Basidiomyces. Okay, they have reproduction only by asexual spores, which is known as conidia. Okay, and large number of them again are found as decomposers. Okay, and they help in mineral cycling. Mineral, the percentage of mineral content in the atmosphere, that is to be maintained. So these help in doing that. And examples are again Trichoderma, Polytrichum, Alternaria, that is there in your book. So children, hope this lecture of mine will help you to understand. Okay, so we did mycology, study of fungus. Okay, and this included the four classes, you can say. It is divided into four classes: Phycomycetes, Ascomycetes, and the other two, Basidio and Deuteromycetes. Okay, hope you would have understood the class. Okay, do like it, share it, and subscribe it, and keep watching. Thank you. Thank you.